What up guys, it's Adrian from your motorcycle. It has come to my attention that some of you guys who know me from the moto vlog don't actually know that for the last 10 years I've been doing a lot of blogging and writing motorcycle articles aimed at helping motorcyclists. So today I want to share with you guys a post that I'm finishing up right now called 30 plus, there's a lot, 30 plus beginner motorcycle tips. And each one kind of links to a different article, so if you're interested you can find out a bunch of info on that, and if you're not you can just skip ahead. This is kind of really aimed at beginner motorcyclists. I'd say anybody from hasn't even bought a bike to maybe 5 years of experience. After that, you might not find this so interesting. I break it into 5 different categories: beginner-friendly motorcycle maintenance and repair general tips, modifications, riding tips, making, saving, anything financial, career-wise to do with motorcycles. As some of you guys know, I've worked in the motorcycle industry off and on for most of the last 10 years, so I thought I'd want to share some insight with you guys for those who are interested. And the last section is on vehicle-specific advice. First one is on how to deal with rusted or stripped screw heads, because they can make, you know, a 5-minute job become an hour-long job. I had already known about a few different ways, which I share with you on here, but I actually discovered a new way of dealing with a stripped screw head. Thought that it was great, so I want to share that video with you guys, as well as some instructions and tips. The next how-to is how to jumpstart a motorcycle with a car. A lot of people are scared to do this, and a lot of people aren't scared to do this, but should be. If you know what you're doing and you read these instructions, I break it down to a few steps. It's actually really simple. If you do it wrong, you do run the risk of damaging your motorcycle's electrical components. So you definitely want to not just hook up your car to your bike and hope for the best. Check out the article. It could help you out, help you get back on the road, and help you not damage your bike in the meantime. The next one was about how to drain your gas tank without actually taking the gas tank off of the bike. If you've had the bike sitting for a couple months, the gas, if you haven't treated it with anything, the gas starts to degrade, it starts to go bad, it can kind of gum up a little bit, and this can block your carburetors, your jets, your fuel injectors. The good news is that with a $9 Siphon, I'm going to show you how to put it together and how to use it, you can get all the gas out of your gas tank, put some fresh gas in there, you don't have to worry about that old stuff, and you just get rid of it. Next one, very self-explanatory, how to prepare your motorcycle for winter storage. Take 5 minutes, read that if you're not familiar with it, and you'll be really happy that you did, because a lot of people have a lot of issues in the springtime with motorcycles. If you ask any motorcycle repair shop, they'll tell you neglect is probably the #1 driver of business, and in the springtime that neglect comes from people who didn't look after their bike before they put it away for the winter. It's kind of weird for me to like something that I've kind of created. Normally I just create something and I hope it helps people, and then I sort of leave it in the past behind me, but this one I actually really like, because this one, it helps you guys both get back on the road and stay on the road and save money all in one shot. It's how to tell if your dead motorcycle battery needs to be replaced, or if you can get by with just recharging it. A lot of people think the battery died, therefore I have to spend money to buy a new one. Not necessarily true. Sometimes you can just charge it up and it's back and good as new again. Sometimes though, you recharge it, and even though it takes a charge, the health is so reduced that the bike's just going to leave you stranded again a few days later. So this video shows you 2 different ways, both in a video and in an article, how to test your motorcycle battery and make sure that it's still good and that it's not going to leave you stranded, that you're not spending money for nothing. So these next 2 videos are just about how to test if you have kind of headlights or signals that aren't working. You're going to want to make sure, you know, is it the headlight and turn signal, or is it the switch, or is it the wiring? With this video, it's going to show you, with these 2 videos and articles, they're going to show you how to test the headlights and how to test the turn signals individually, so that you can make sure, no, it is, you know, is or isn't the headlight or the turn signals. Next one, pretty self-explanatory, how to get the ownership of a motorcycle with no ownership. I even have a little template of the document that I use, because I bought a bike where it didn't have an ownership, and then the guy disappeared. He didn't just leave town, he left like the province, he moved to the other side of Canada, and after a couple months it became obvious that he had ghosted me. I was never going to see this guy again, but I still got the ownership for that bike, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that too if you're in the same situation that I was in. How to install a motorcycle lift. This is a professional level motorcycle lift that I put together. I have some info on another motorcycle lift that's like half the price later on. We'll get to that. Do it smart, do it right. How to tow a cruiser. But really the principles here apply no matter what motorcycle type it is that you're towing. Now we're into the next section, which is going to be a lot quicker than the last one. It's beginner-friendly modifications that anyone can do on their motorcycles. The first one is how to change the handlebars on Sportster. It's pretty much the exact same thing for basically every Harley-Davidson. The next thing was probably the best damn part for my bike I could have bought for 18 bucks. It's a mount for holding my phone so I can see GPS while I'm riding. And at the same time, that drains your battery a lot, because your phone has to be on like max brightness because you got the sun shining. So it also has a little USB plug so that I can plug in my phone and charge it while I'm riding my motorcycle. Once you understand how simple it is to install on my bike, you'll be able to figure out how to install on your own, like no problem at all. So this one I put on here, it's how to remove warning stickers from your motorcycle, because it drives me crazy when I see people and they're driving around with warning stickers on their gas tanks, and you can tell that they started to pick away just at the little corners. They just started to and there's just this like gooey, sticky, leftover trace of where they started to, but then never finished the job, and it just makes it look worse than if you never started at all. It'll take you like 5 minutes, you'll be happy you did it, and you'll leave me a like, right? I don't care if you do or not, but if you do, that's cool. And the last one is, this is a Harbor Freight motorcycle table that I bought at $290. Spent like another $30 on hardware and 2x4s and added these side rails here. There were some bikes I was fine just pushing the bike right up, and other bikes I was kind of nervous and terrified because those things weigh a lot and they were kind of awkward and heavy. So some bikes I literally just rode up my table lifts, basically for $350 all in. I had a kick-ass table lift, so if you don't want to spend $800 and like $350 is more in your budget, you should check that out. And this next part takes us to motorcycle riding tips for specific conditions. These are not videos I did. These are actually videos that were all done by Captain Crash Idaho, and I kind of shared on my website years back. He did some great videos on how to ride when the conditions were less than ideal. Rain or grooved roads, like where the pavement had been stripped, it's kind of like rippled with extreme wind gusts. If you're a new rider and you're not 100% sure how to tackle those kinds of situations, you should definitely check those out. Bear with me, because this part's where it gets interesting. It's all things money, finance, career, and motorcycles. So first one is really straightforward, how to increase motorcycle fuel economy. It's not just car fuel economy stuff that I just changed car and wrote motorcycle. This is bike specific tips. If you need to sell your bike, I have 10 specific tips that will help you sell your bikes, because I see a lot of listings and I just know if this person had just done 2 or 3 things differently, they would probably get $400 more. I really want you guys to get more money for selling your bikes, so that way you can buy better bikes. Boom. What do we got next? 4 ways to make money with motorcycles. Yeah, that one was cool. If you're thinking about, if you have a lot of spare time, if you don't want to just be watching Netflix, sitting on your ass at home, eating potato chips, and you want to find a way to make some money that's actually fun, I got 4 ways for you to make money in motorcycles as kind of a part-time thing. Check that out. Next one after that was kind of sequential. It was 10 ways to find a job in the motorcycle industry. So I was at a motorcycle industry pub night, and I'm looking around and I realized it's just the exact same faces, and just their job titles change and where they work changes, but it's just the same people over and over. And I started thinking about all the different things that these people had done, why they had been hired, and came up with this list of 10 ways to find a job in the motorcycle industry. So if that interests you, you know what to do. And as a kind of spin-off of that, I had a university student who asked me in the comments. He said, hey, I'm a university student, whatever. How do I get a job in the motorcycle industry? Do you have any tips for me? I said, you know what? I'm going to give this guy like a proper reply. So I did write him a whole new article and did a video on my advice for anybody who's looking to get into the motorcycle biz right after graduation. The last one's I'm going to just power through real super duper quick, and it's motorcycle specific how-tos and walkthroughs. And all of these also have both articles and videos. First one is oil and filter changes on Ninja 650, oil and filter change on a Suzuki Boulevard M50 and C50. All my video guys, just so you guys know, I include all the part numbers, the grade of oil, and all the torque specifications, because it drives me crazy that I watch these videos on YouTube and these people have not posted torque specs, told you what kind of oil they are. Sometimes they're using the wrong oil. Basically what I do is I always go through the factory service manual. I look at that, and then I make sure that all of the steps that I'm taking are exactly in line with that service manual. Other oil change videos include BMW F800 oil change, Harley-Davidson V-Rod oil change, got some information on batteries, how to find the battery on a BMW F700 GS, on a Moto Guzzi V7, and how to find it on a CB300R, as well as how to change the shaft drive oil on a Suzuki Boulevard M50. Those are great bikes, but then I upgraded to the next bike down here, which is the V-Rod, and how to change the headlight on that. Like, love it. Anyway, did you guys find this helpful? Is there anything on here that you think you might want to check out? If you do, I'm posting links to everything in the description box down below, or I'll have it pinned in the top comment. I don't know, I kind of make this stuff up as I go along. Is there anything that you think is missing? If there is, please let me know also in the comments and be like, hey, why don't you do a how-to on, and I will put that together for you maybe if I feel like it. All right, thanks guys. Ride safe as always. If you like that, please hit the like button. Please subscribe for more videos. I would appreciate that. It makes me feel special. That's it. Ride safe, guys. Peace.